Hey, I'm Daniel, and today I'm telling a story I never imagined. My wife's sister caught me alone in the kitchen, and what happened next changed everything I thought I knew about loyalty, boundaries, and the real cracks that were already hiding inside my marriage long before that night. It started quietly. That's the part I still replay in my mind. Nothing dramatic, nothing wild. Just a late evening at home. My wife, Emily, had invited her younger sister, Sarah, over for dinner. Sarah lived about an hour away and would crash at our place once or twice a month for work-related trips. This wasn't unusual. We all got along fine. I never thought twice about it. Dinner was normal. Laughter, stories, the kind of easy comfort that comes when people know each other well. But Emily went upstairs after eating, saying she had a headache. She asked me to clean up while she rested, so it was just me in the kitchen. Until Sarah walked in. At first, it was harmless. She offered to help clean up. I told her not to worry, but she insisted, grabbing a towel and standing beside me as we washed dishes together. It was quiet at first, peaceful even, until she broke the silence. You know, she said softly, Emily doesn't appreciate you as much as she should. I froze. It didn't sound flirtatious. It didn't sound bold. It sounded observant, too observant. I swallowed. What makes you say that? She shrugged like it meant nothing, but her eyes didn't match her casual tone. I just see things, the way you try so hard, the way she shuts down lately. It was true, and that truth hit harder than her words. Over the past few months, Emily had become distant. Short answers, little irritation over small things. Less time together. I felt like a stranger in my own marriage, walking carefully around someone I used to feel completely safe with. Sarah kept drying the dishes, her movements slow and thoughtful. You deserve to feel seen, Daniel. Everyone does. That's when the air shifted. Not because she touched me. She didn't. Not because she said something inappropriate. She hadn't yet. But because she looked at me with a kind of understanding I hadn't felt from Emily in months, and attention. Attention from someone who notices the parts of you your partner stopped noticing is a dangerous thing. I stepped back a little, needing space. Sarah, what are you trying to say? She set the towel down. That you're not invisible, even if she treats you like you are. It was like she had reached inside my chest and pressed a bruise I'd been pretending wasn't there. I felt anger rise, but not at her, at myself. At Emily, at the distance that had grown between us so quietly, I didn't even realize how starved I'd become for someone, anyone, to actually care how I felt. But before I could speak, Sarah did something that snapped me fully awake. She stepped closer, not touching me, but close enough that her presence felt like a choice I had to make. You don't have to say anything, she whispered. I just want you to know someone sees you. That moment. That was the turning point, because I wasn't angry at what she said. I was angry at how good it felt to hear it. My voice came out rougher than I intended. Sarah, this isn't right. She blinked, like she didn't expect that reaction. I'm not trying to cause trouble. But I cut her off. You're crossing a line, and I'm letting you, just by standing here. She stepped back immediately, guilt flashing across her face. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have ended it there. But I didn't, not right away. Because even though my mind knew the right thing to do, my heart was still twisted with questions I'd been avoiding for months. Instead, I took a breath and said something I'd been afraid to admit out loud. Emily and I aren't doing great. Sarah's face softened. I know. Those two words landed like a stone. How would you know? I asked. She hesitated. Because she talks to me more than you think. That made something tighten in my chest. About us, Sarah nodded. What does she say? She hesitated again. She feels like you've become distant, that you aren't the same anymore. I almost laughed, but not the happy kind. I'm distant. I've been trying for months. She's the one who... Sarah held up a hand gently. I know, I'm not taking sides. I'm just telling you what she tells me. I leaned against the counter, feeling the weight of everything land at once. Emily thought I was pulling away. I thought Emily was pulling away. And neither of us said anything. Two people living in the same house, both silently hurting, both assuming the worst. For a moment, the kitchen felt like the only honest place in the house. I didn't mean to make things harder, Sarah said softly. I just care about both of you, and I don't like seeing you fall apart without saying anything. I finally looked at her, really looked at her, and saw not temptation, not danger, but someone who was trying, in her own complicated way, to bring two broken people back to each other. Thank you, I said quietly, but you have to be careful with what you say. Words can open doors that were never meant to be opened. She nodded. You're right, and I'm sorry. Emily's footsteps suddenly echoed from the stairs. Sarah quickly stepped to the sink, pretending to rinse a plate. I stood there, heart pounding for reasons I didn't want to admit. Emily walked in, rubbing her forehead. You guys okay? Sarah spoke first. Yeah, just cleaning up. Emily gave a tired smile. Thank you. But she didn't look at me. Not really. And that told me everything. We weren't okay. And what happened in that kitchen wasn't the beginning of a mistake. It was a symptom of one. Later that night, once Sarah went to the guest room, I lay awake beside my wife. I stared at the ceiling, hearing Sarah's words replay in my mind. You deserve to feel seen, but the truth was, so did Emily. The next morning, before Sarah woke, I sat with Emily at the table and told her everything. Not about Sarah's moment in the kitchen, but about how I felt, how I missed her, how we had both become shadows of ourselves. And for the first time in months, she cried, not out of anger, out of relief. We talked for hours, more than we had in a long time. As for Sarah, she kept her distance from that point on, not because she was unwelcome, but because she respected the boundaries we had failed to enforce earlier. What happened in that kitchen didn't break my marriage. It exposed the fractures that were already there, and strangely, it saved us, because sometimes it takes the wrong moment to make you realize how badly you need to fix the right things. And that night, quiet, unexpected, dangerous in ways I didn't realize, changed everything.